Welcome to International Racing League, the GT3 Zone Season 3, Round 1 of the Group 3 season, as we will be going underway for qualifying very shortly. I am joined in the comms with GTB.
Good evening, everybody.
He will be streaming on his YouTube channel as well for this league. If you want to introduce your channel, Matt.
My channel is just my personal channel. If you fancy having a look, it's Greg Baker at YouTube. Gregbaker. Greg Baker.
As I do not believe quality is up yet. Just making sure. Oh, only 2 different compounds must be used for I got that wrong. Leon. Yeah, Leeson. Just making sure all the stream quality is everything and all good. Hello Marshall, mate, how you doing?
Okay, secondary stream is currently running. If you want to be watching it from my point of view, you'll be seeing the Aston Martin Vantage.
As we can see, Lance is in the Mercedes currently right now. And Mark, mate, your tyres will have to be 2 tyre changes, so you could go super soft to medium, or super soft to soft, or any of those order. So super soft, soft to medium tyres you're allowed to use, but you have to make a mandatory pit stop and switch tyre. And I believe you start with 30 litres, and I think the fuel's on 3x right now. So, good evening, Cameron. It was unfortunate that you couldn't make the IRL race. You'd have enjoyed it. Stay on board with Lance. He's not on a lap currently right now. Well, he needs to. No, he's gone off. So go on board with Jeremy Pope, the current defending champion for the GT3 season. He's won, I believe, twice in Group 4 and Group 3 seasons coming right now. Let's see what Fly High can do today. Alright, Toxic Matt. Sondre Sorhaug is in the Coca-Cola Ford GT spec car, a livery he designed on his own. It's very, very great livery he's designed. He was very quick in the pre-season test, but unfortunately in the race he made a few mistakes, which lost him a few positions. Jack Mears also in the Mercedes car, who is Lance LeBrun's teammate, I believe, as Lee Kelly sets the fastest lap currently with 128.9. As Jack Mears is about to start his lap, so we'll stay on board with Jack Mears now, currently turning into turn 1. Ooh, the Canadian driver gets in the way there. Jack could have cost him a bit. Yes, Lewis, I agree. It is Bottle Hog, but I thought I'd be nice with him today, as I will send the stream into the announcement chat. As I'm... What lap did you do?
It was for 2 seconds. I can't look at it at the moment. I'm on the second fly. 124.4.
24.4.
2 or 3 seconds off the pace.
You're in the Aston team Deadliest Racing.
Deadliest.
Very nice livery you've made there. So currently I believe Wesley is actually one of the drivers also in IRL GT Sports. The only Dutchman, I believe. Apologies, I had to sneeze then. Right.
So what drivers this season are we expecting to show the wheat from the chaff in the first couple of races? I've heard Jeremy Pope's leader from the last year's season. So
Yeah, Jeremy.
Challenging him for the top spot, do you expect?
It'll probably be Jack Mir. Mark Espy's probably a person who probably could challenge him. If Blizzard does show up to the most of the races, Matthew, his name is, will possibly beat him. No offense to Fly, I know he's quick, but Matthew is almost a second quicker than Fly around certain tracks. So don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And oh, by the way, GT, have you got your voice on always allow?
I believe so. Maybe you could ask the viewers at the moment.
Yeah, because Lewis has just texted me saying he can't hear you, so I don't think you have. Oh, Mark loses it through to the final corner. It's very unfortunate as he peels back into the pits. Fly High is currently our leader with 122.9, almost 400ths of a second ahead of Wesley.
Okay, I've turned everything on, so...
Lewis, tell me if you can hear him now.
I believe I'm going to have to speak up a little bit anyway, because my microphone's quite low because of delay issues and reverb issues we're having, but hopefully I should be audible.
Yeah. So I'm currently on board with you right now. How are the soft tyres holding up currently right now?
The fronts are wearing at double the speed of the rears, so it's going to be definitely just trying to get the exits and the power down.
I believe that is a random who you're just passing right now, who's... yeah.
An arch of B's to get correct. I've only ever done it a few times in my life.
Yeah, apologies Lewis mate, he can't really turn up his mic, so he turns it up a tiny bit, it'll start echoing.
I'll do my best to speak up when I do speak, but I'll keep my speaking to a minimum because of that. But thank you for the update.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Oh, the Audi goes off the track. I think now Kamikaze's kicking the drivers now. Jack's 6/10 off second place, but he's on soft tyres, so Jack Mir actually could be a person to actually do well again in this Group 3 season. He was robbed of his championship last season after the final race. He had to win the race, and I believe Fly had to score 0 points for him to win the championship, and unfortunately I believe Fly actually won the race. In that race, when he hoped Fly didn't finish, it was a very boring race because it was only a 3-car race. As Lewis Marshall is asking, can you do comms with me in the chat? Eyes up Sondre, mate. I could have 3 people in here. I do not mind.
This race is definitely going to be, for the people not in first, second and third place, who are going to be miles ahead of everyone, but this race is definitely going to be won in the middle of the pack by people who don't make mistakes.
Yeah, I believe qualifying's about to start now anyway as well, because I think we're only going to have 9 drivers this week. So just going to go blue screen for a minute. Is he on that account I don't like? Yes he is. There he is. We'll have Lewis Marshall for today. Join us on comms. Maybe he can join us on comms every week, hopefully, with me and GT. Since GT will be racing, he can give us track information on that. And as Lewis Marshall joins the stream. Welcome, Lewis.
Have one of the marshals in the booth.
You can get into this lobby, right?
Hold on, let me have a look.
Oh, he's already started the final. As we're about to go racing in 3 seconds. So don't join yet, wait till the counter goes down.
Oh, I've already joined.
Oh. Hope he doesn't put you in the car. If it does, just exit.
Available.
Yeah, it's alright. Now I'll try it when it starts. I'll tell you when to join. As currently the grid lineup is so far: Fly High in pole position, Wesley in P2, Jack Me in P3, GT in P4, Mark SB in 5th, Lee Kelly in 6th, Sondre the Bottle in P7th, Chris Ryan in 8th, and Lance LeBrun in 9th. As my...
I don't know the names.
Tom, I'll let you know if the names are wrong. Oh, as Lee Kelly has jumped the start a little bit, that's going to cost him a bit of time. Look at Lance. Lance had a great start. Lee's had a shocking start after that. Little penalties. Jack Mears had an excellent start as well. Into P1 from 3rd. Oh, and there's contact. Wesley's gone. Mark Espy's around into turn 1 as Sondre has got out of that mistake there. 2 drivers already around into turn 1. Jack Mears actually made a costly mistake, and GT, you're in the lead currently right now with Lance in P2, Fly in 2nd, Sondre is actually in P4 as Jack almost loses the rear again. In P5 is Chris Lane.
Who hasn't started?
Lee Kelly. Wesley Few hasn't started.
Yeah, he's still on the grid.
Okay, that's the connection issue then for you. Rejoin, leave and rejoin because he's currently in 8th for me. Mark SB in 9th.
No car static on the track. I can't count how many blue markers there are, but there's 2 people in the rear of the pack, and I believe the second of those as well.
Yeah, that's them too, Wesley and Mark. Going right now, GT has got a gap over 9/10 over 2nd over Lance in 2nd place. Jeremy Pope in 3rd, Jack Mears in 4th. Jack will be aggressive this first round. Oh, and it's too aggressive. Him and Fly have a bit of contact on the rear. Luckily, Fly didn't spin. Jack backs off. With Chris Ryan now in P5. Sondre drops to 6th place. Made a bit of mistakes when Lee Kelly debuting in his first round for the Nexus Esports team, the official Nexus Esports racing livery in P7. As there's Lewis Marshall is 8th is Wesley. As Lewis is having technical difficulties with the game. It's currently now we're on lap 2 out of 30. GT is pulling a commanding lead of 1.8 seconds. Lance in 2nd, losing a bit of time. Well, you are on the super soft tyres, he is on the softs, I believe. As Fly High is now slowly catching up with Lance. Now he's starting to pick up his pace after the mistake he did at the start. Jack's lost a bit of time. As Chris Ryan is in 5th place with the British and the American roof flag sequence. As we're currently on Sunrise, there's a move. Lee Kelly versus Wesley on the outside. Lee holds P7. Wesley, a bit of contact between these 2 drivers. Mark Espy is now slowly catching up in the Newman Haas racing team. Currently in 9th. Wooder has joined a bit too late, unfortunately, one of the other drivers. It's very unfortunate for him there.
Battle in 2nd and 3rd.
There is a huge scrap for 2nd place currently now. Fly High is all over the back of Lance LeBrun. Are you back in, by the way, Lewis?
No, I may have to restart my PlayStation.
Okay, restart. If you need another invite, just let me know. It's going in the gap between Lance and Kamikaze. Sorry, Lance and Jeremy is almost 5/10 of a second. The thing is, it's now starting to pile into a 5-car battle. Getting a nice camera angle for these lot.
Hopefully the chrome roof and bonnet on my car isn't causing too much glare in the sunlight.
As we go on board with GT, currently the gap right now is 2.8 seconds on the fastest tyre right now, and pulling very slowly away as Lance has pulled a bit of a gap now to Jeremy. Jeremy's in trouble from Jack now. Jack is all over on him. For some reason we're having Let's look at Jack. Look how close Jack is. Chris almost goes on. Lee Kelly now goes up to 6th place. Sondre's made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped to last right now. Oh, Lee Kelly runs extremely wide. Oh, a bit of contact between him and Wesley. Sondre is off into the gravel. Sondre is round. That is the Bottle Haug we know, but unfortunate for him, he made a mistake there and dropped to P9. Currently the gap to the lead is now over 3.2 seconds. However, Fly High is now on the inside of Lance LeBrun. Jack Mee is also on the inside of Fly, goes back into his slot. Jeremy on the inside of Lance. Lance is still there, but Lance can't make the move on the outside. He's going to go on the inside into turn 4. So turn 3. Oh, and Fly and Lance. Oh, Lance is... Fly is round. Jeremy is round and has gone the spin. Oh, Marshall. As Lance had a bit of contact there with Jeremy Pope, has holded P2. His teammate, I believe is his teammate, is in 3rd place. Jack Mee. Now Chris Ryan is in P4, making the move on the inside. Doesn't get through that quickly as Jeremy's hasn't lost that much time. He's in 5th, but Wesley is all over him. Go around the outside. Is he going to go for it? No. He backs off, tries to switch back. Doesn't work out currently, as Mark Espy is now in P7, Lee Kelly in P8, and Sondre is over 7 seconds behind Lee Kelly after that mistake he had.
Could you possibly give us a fuel rundown of the top 5?
Yeah, I can give you a fuel rundown now.
I'm on half a quarter of a tank, an eighth of a tank.
Yeah, you're on a quarter of a tank. Jack Mee is also on a quarter of a tank. Chris is on a quarter. I think everyone actually is basic. Oh, actually no. Wesley's actually already peeled into pits. He hasn't got enough fuel to do another lap, so Wesley is in. So is Mark Espy. So is Lee Kelly. Sondre has got a lot more fuel than anybody else on the grid currently. He's going out for a bit longer. But mainly everybody is on a quarter of fuel as Lewis Marshall has joined the session. Hopefully there's no bug this time. Oh, hang on a minute. There's someone. Now Jack Mee is starting to close the gap now to GT. Currently the gap is 3.2 seconds with Chris Ryan just in the slipstream with Jack Mee in 3rd place. Lance after his pit stop. Oh no, actually he hasn't pitted. Lance actually made a mistake. Lance now in 4th place. Jeremy Pope in 5th, still needs to pit. Sondre in 6th is almost 5/10 up on his time and still got a lot of fuel left. Lee Kelly in P7 with another set of super softs, not a full tank, not even a half tank. He's going on a very short stint to do a quick run. Wesley's almost on a full tank.
Sucks.
No, has it done it again?
Apparently, Wesley's just sat in the pits doing nothing and won't let me change.
Well, I'd suggest watching it through stream, mate. That's all I can suggest if it's not letting you do that. As Jack Mee is now in the lead as after GTB and Lance. Oh, Lance has had a very short fuel stint and he's right on the behind GT. As Lance is getting very feisty on those same set of tyres. So with GT though, GT's on the same set of tyres and gone for more fuel than Lance currently right now. As Jeremy is still out crawling with hardly any. So is Chris Ryan. Oh, Jack Mee is off onto the grass. That may be a penalty in game. Mark SV is currently 9th, currently 3.4 seconds off Lee Kelly, but is catching quite quickly as Lee Kelly's actually, well, was earlier battling with Wesley. Let's go back to the battle for the lead. Currently now the gap is 3 seconds as Jack Mee will peel into the pits. As
As we're talking, I believe it's a V12 Ferrari revving itself somewhere.
Oh my god.
Indeed.
Apparently Wesley's flying.
Alright mate, let's leave it at that then. If you can see what it is, then I'll tell you where Wesley is. As hello Brandon, welcome to the stream. As Jack peels into the pits.
Everyone's car's fine apart from Wesley's.
Okay, that's alright then. As he's not having any tyre change, Lewis Marshall, he's actually having fuel, and that is all he's having. He's got 3/4 of a tank and comes in between Lance and Sondre right now, because Jeremy's into pits finally. Sondre goes to 4th place but still needs to pit. Chris Ryan actually jumps Jeremy.
How have we got all the hood on?
Hmm?
We've got all the hood on, you can see how much fuel people's got. Oh wait, never mind.
SGT has retaken the lead currently now, 2 seconds right now.
So the pack has reshuffled back to what we expect it to be.
Yeah, Jack's now P2 1.8 seconds, catching at a quick force right now, that Mercedes driver. As Lance, his teammate, I believe, is now in 3rd place, as Chris Ryan in 4th. So Mercedes engines 2nd, 3rd and 4th place. Sondre now in the Ford Spec Car GT is currently in 5th, needs to pit. He's really low on fuel and this isn't helping his chances in this race. Jeremy is right behind him with a full tank of fuel on a set of super soft tyres, still needs to pit to change tyres, currently in P6. Wesley's 7th with softs, 3/4 of a tank. Mark Espy with also 3/4 of a tank on the same set of softs he started with is in P8th.
Got Sorhaug and Jeremy too. Okay, Sondre's just let it past.
Yeah, I think Sondre is saving fuel.
Well, the look of the draw at the beginning of the race saw me have to weave my way around a couple of people, and hopefully I'll be in the top 3 by the end of the race. I don't expect to be in 1st place, but it's nice to have a bit of lead.
Currently, there's now a battle for the lead. GT versus Jack.
Lee's gone off.
Who's gone off?
Lee's gone off.
Oh, Lee is round. Lee is round. He needs to get that car back under running to try and catch up with everybody else. It's going to be a very slim chance, but he's currently in P9th in the Nexus Esports team. His GTB has got a battle behind him now with Jack Mir right on the back of that Aston Martin.
Kamikaze's got a nice car.
Yeah, I need to have a word with Lance actually, with his livery, because I need to know if him and Jack are teammates, because if they are, they're going to have the same livery. There's currently
Jack now in 1st place.
Jack is now in pole position. And Jack is now starting pole. Oh no, this is race, mate.
I know. Oh.
Sorry, I got you confused because I said pole position. Yeah. Jack into turn 1, gets a nice tidy exit, no mistakes so far, but currently the gap is now between you and GT is under 8 tenths. Currently right now Lance has lost a bit of time, is holding P3 right now. Lance is actually doing quite well after in the Group 4 season. He was very struggling with the Confox Racing team and had to be disbanded, and unfortunately he had a few issues with the car and didn't have a good Group 4 season. However, Chris Ryan in the Mercedes is actually keeping up with Lance, and they're not teammates. I believe
Gonzo's just pitted and just did a drift at turn 1. Warm up his tyres.
So I'm just showing to the crowd. Lee Kelly is on those mediums. In my opinion, I wouldn't have gone on mediums. I would have gone super soft. Super soft. Lee is going off again. Lee is struggling right now for those tyres.
And there's a red. Not sure what colour that was.
Lee needs to get out of the way, and he is doing. Great drive.
Wesley's absolutely flying above the track. Oh, someone's just set fastest lap. It was Jack.
Oh, Wesley's gone. Wesley is off the track, down the main straight into the gravel trap. Will Mark catch up? No, Mark's not going to have enough time. He's only going to get a few seconds caught onto that lap against Wesley. He was losing a lot of time. They're both on the same tyre wear, same fuel load roughly. Mark's actually carrying a bit more actually, but
experience around this track seems to be paying dividends for certain drivers.
yeah, it isn't the best track to drive around, as I did drive around here last season in the Group 4 and I did crash a few times. Isn't an easy track to get the grip, especially into turn 2 and 3. If you mess that up, you're going to lose a lot of time. Sondre is under half tank, so he's now going to go and try and go for the fastest lap and push to try and get an undercut possibly.
Yeah, if you're not using all of the track, you're not going to win. You're not going to win, that's for sure.
Jack Mir has actually built up a commanding lead right now, over 3 seconds over GT.
Does anyone need to pit again? Or is
Everyone, I believe, needs to pit again, Matt.
Ah.
As Lance is in trouble, Lance needs to pit, and Chris Ryan is right behind him. Chris wasn't expecting him to pit. Chris goes into the grass a little bit, but now Jeremy Pope's on behind him. Currently got a 4/10 of a penalty. Lee Kelly also gets out of the way of these two.
Kamikaze is just loading up his fuel. I don't know how much, because I can't see that.
You'll be able to see that when it comes out on track. This is the closest battle we have on track right now. Jeremy versus Chris Ryan. Jeremy's looking on the outside of Chris Ryan. Lee has left the session, so Lee's called it quits. And he no longer can rejoin the session. Yeah, there wasn't. I don't know what the point system is as yet. I believe it is the top 8, but I could be wrong. So currently Jeremy is just trying to get rid of that penalty. He's only a 10th, but Jeremy's going to go on the inside. Oh, this is going to be very risky to go on the inside of this curb.
Ooh.
He doesn't go for it, but he gets rid of his time penalty now. Chris Ryan is in trouble now. Jeremy is got all green to now push that BMW ahead of that Mercedes car.
Just lick the stamp and send it at a hairpin.
Yeah. Actually, it's possible.
Seven's Bottas. He's everything like that good.
Nah, he's not really a Bottas fan, Jeremy. He's a Hamilton fan in the F1 world.
Oh, that's even worse.
As Jeremy gets past Chris Ryan goes off the track. In my opinion, there was not really a shove off. Jeremy could have backed out there, slowed down, gone for the switch. But if he wants to report that. Oh, Jeremy's struggling on those tyres now.
That BMW is nice.
Whose?
Jeremy's.
Yeah, Jeremy's is decent. Mark's struggling to keep it on track currently right now as Lance is in a battle with Sondre Sorhaug. Sondre is on a lighter fuel on the faster tyres. Sondre should be getting ahead of Lance very soon.
Or we see a bottle on the bottle hole.
Wait and see. Oh, Lance has gone extremely wide through that corner. Sondre is going to get him down the slipstream. The Ford GT is faster in the straight line, even though it is equal in the slipstream. Will be faster. Sondre is thinking about it. No, oh no, Sondre is thinking about it.
Oh, Lance, he hit the grass and just lost control.
Lance is off. Lewis is saying he hit the grass. Was there no contact between him and Sondre?
No, there's no contact. He just tapped one of his sides into the grass and just lost it.
Like with Jack Mir, Jack has built up a 10-second gap between GT, who's in P2. Jeremy's now starting to close the gap on GT. He's currently set the fast lap 1:23.2, and currently right now in sector 1 is probably going to beat it. Chris Ryan in 4th place, Wesley in 5th, Mark Espy in 6th, Sondre after that spin 7th. Sorry, not him spinning 7th. Lance, who touched the grass and went round, is currently in 8th. Got to give Jack Mir though some credit.
Wesley's just flying above this start finish for me.
As a person who lost his title hopes on the last round, is Jack Mir now thinking he can challenge Jeremy Pope for the title this season and take it from him? Only time will tell. Because currently right now Jeremy is in 3rd place.
Jack absolutely sweats this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he wins. But I'm sure these guys all sweat the game, to be honest. Oh, I thought I could see Wesley then, but it wasn't.
As Jeremy's eating into GT's gap right now, the gap is 2.4 seconds.
I'm running on a low fuel mix at the moment, which makes my stops a little bit smaller than everybody else's.
There's a potential battle going to happen. Is there any more battles? No. Well, currently you and Jack have actually got the same amount of fuel. Actually, you've got a tiny bit more. Currently, though, Jeremy is absolutely flying right now. 1.1 seconds the gap is.
I'm going to have to make my car as wide as possible.
BMW versus Mercedes.
Jeremy was just drifting that corner there. Doesn't care about them tyres.
Well, GT's tyres are a bit more worn than Jeremy's. This is probably why Jeremy is caught up quite quickly. They're both in the same set of compound. Is Jeremy going to go on the outside? No, he doesn't. There's a bit of connection issues there, but it's just fixed itself. As Jeremy is looking on the outside, can't make it stick. Now going on the inside, nope. Doesn't go for it.
Here's for a switch back, it looks like. Which it looks like he's almost gone.
Aston versus BMW. Jeremy gets a nice and tidy exit right now. Still not closing the gap though.
We can see Jeremy just changing his lines to get ahead.
Oh, Jeremy's going to go on the inside now. GT's on the outside. No. Jeremy touches the grass, loses a bit of time. Will there be contact in the next corner? Jeremy's thinking. Jeremy is going for it. Jeremy's going for a very bold move. Oh, unfortunately, it sends GT off the track there. GT gets it under control. Jeremy takes P2 off GT there. Oh, GT there. What do you think of Jeremy's optimistic move there?
When he was right next to me, he turned into me, which forced me off the track. It wasn't a hard push, but it was definitely on purpose.
Ah, so Jeremy forced GT off the track a tiny bit.
Yeah, it looks like Jeremy just using as a brake.
Wesley is now on the back of Chris Ryan. Currently now the gap is 0.6, and Chris Ryan to GT is 3.4 seconds and slowly closing. As GT's actually into the pits for a new set of tyres.
Switching to a set of softs, fuel into the end.
So GT's going all the way to the end on softs. Oh, Chris has made a mistake.
The game automatically stopped me from taking the fuel out.
Oh, have you got the fuel glitch?
Good to see it says glitches F1.
Nah, mate, it's GT Sport. This is where that doesn't happen. GT Sport doesn't fix glitches at all when they say they do. But currently the battle for third place has been already over. Wesley made an easy move on Chris Ryan to take P3, but currently two title contenders from last season, first and second. Jack in first place, Fly Eye as Jeremy Pope in second. Wesley in third place, Chris Ryan fourth, GTB in fifth, Mark in sixth, Lance LeBrun in seventh, and Sondre, who's just peeled into the pits, roar that engine as you can hear it coming out to the pits, in eighth, and it looks like he is going to be lapped very shortly from Jack.
Well, pretty sure Jack has to pit again, right?
Yeah, Jack does. He needs to peel back into pits for fuel. It's currently we're on lap 17 out of 30. Jack's still got a gap over Jeremy Pope over 14.2 seconds.
No battles at all.
Yeah, it's spread out currently right now, the gaps. But when Jack pits, because I think Jeremy's going to go, the possible could be a battle between these two, or Wesley. The closest battle right now is actually Wesley and Chris Ryan, who will need to pit again.
Yeah, Chris has just got himself for me. I can't see Wesley.
Currently the gap between Wesley and Chris is 2 seconds.
Apparently GT.
Oh, is that Sondre? Sondre is going off the track. Sondre is off.
Looks like he's just letting Jack past.
Yeah, that's the reason you're seeing me in fourth, was because you're having connection issues to Wesley. Wesley's currently in third, Convict's in fourth, and I'm in fifth.
So GT. It's unfortunate GT there's had the fuel glitch, so maybe that's what Lee Kelly had and a few other drivers had after they came out of the pits.
Just a little bit more and I would have been able to manage it, but to be honest, I get to come in now and put on another set of super softs. That's not too bad.
There we have it, as Jeremy is slowly, actually no, not slowly, he's actually crouching quite quickly, a second a lap it looks like right now, as Wesley is into the pits. He's having a new set of tyres from the Michelin brand onto the set of, they don't tell me actually what tyres he's on, but how much fuel is he putting in? It's currently on source. Yeah, Mark will have to pit anyway. On a set of super softs, 3/4 of a tank. This is where Mark SB now needs to start pushing the car to get ahead of Lance, because currently Lance is in P7, who I believe he may actually be going to the end. So Mark needs to start pushing as Wesley just gets ahead of Mark there. Chris Ryan in P3 can now start to relax a bit, doesn't have to worry about Wesley at the moment. As currently Jack is in the lead, losing more time from Jeremy Pope, 11.5 seconds.
The Mercedes looks really nice. All of them.
I have to agree with you on that. The Mercedes in the GT category cars do look quite nice. Gotta say though, the Ferrari still looks probably one of the best looking cars, with the Aston in second.
Yeah, the Aston looks
I
good.
believe it's called something like the Fleischenbacher. There's a new Le Mans LMP car, or
Ooh.
concept car, being released by someone who owns a subsidiary Ferrari.
Alright. Currently the gap now between Jack and Jeremy is still 10.7, but Jeremy and Chris on the other hand is almost 20 seconds. Oh, as Chris has gone off!
Yeah.
Chris is off, and
that
is going to cost him a lot of time. This could actually cost him a lot. Mark's into the pits. Mark's peeling to the pits. As Lewis, if you want to keep an eye on what tyres and fuel he goes on.
I have no idea what Seekers are feet.
Well, I'll tell you when he comes out of the pits. As Jeremy has got 5/10 penalty currently right now, which will add to a second because for some reason this game rounds penalties up. Jeremy has closed that gap now, 9/10 of a second, and Jack still needs to pit, but so does Jeremy. So this is where Jeremy's now tyres are going to be better than... Actually, no, Jack's tyres are going to be better than Jeremy's very soon. Oh, as Jeremy makes a crucial mistake, and he's going to lose a lot of time going on the gravel there. But now the gap is now 10.3 seconds.
I believe Mark Espy's going to another set of Seekers.
Yeah.
That's Jeremy pits as well.
Oh, Jeremy's doing the undercut, right, so his tyres are dead. Also with the Michelin brand.
Wonder if Jack pits next lap.
As Jeremy comes out of the pits.
Ahead of GT, which is crucial.
However, GT still needs to peel in the pits since he's had the fuel glitch, and currently the gap between him and Wesley is 9 seconds, and there's only 10 laps remaining. As Jack will peel into the pits, so we will stay on board with Jack Mir when he does pit, and we'll see where he comes out between Fly. We know he will stay ahead unless Fly manages to catch 10 seconds in this lap, which won't happen, but we never know.
You can see how much Jack's struggling.
Yeah,
He can't turn the car.
Yeah, those tyres are dead. After they get halfway, they've shredded the fronts.
Does he pit? Yes, he does.
Jack is in. He's the one on Tokyo tyres, I believe, brand. I don't know what brand that is actually. Netto tyres brand he's on. So as he gets those tyres sorted out.
Netto? Is that a cheap supermarket?
I don't know what tyre brand that is actually. Look like that.
Might be Toyo.
Yeah, it might be that,
Jack's
actually, yeah.
comfortably in the lead.
Jack's got, oh, actually not that comfortably, actually. The gap closed down by 5.9 seconds and is getting eaten right now. But Jeremy has made a little mistake. Oh. In my opinion, though, Jeremy's made a little bit of mistake. He's on a set of soft tyres to the end. Jeremy is on a set, Jack is on a set of super softs to the end. Jeremy's on a set of softs. Now, the super softs are faster. But in the end, the softs are going to be faster, but Jack may have already built up a stable gap there. Either way, the gap's still getting eaten now from Jeremy. Currently the gap now is 5 seconds.
Look at this, Mark Estes right behind Kamikaze.
Well, yeah, Mark doesn't have to pit again. Mark's got, I think, over-fueled.
Is that a battle we've got for last place at the moment?
Second to last. Third to last actually. 6th place versus 7th. Sondre is 20 seconds in last, who's going to get lapped again, who's now approaching the last corner. It's the Newman Haas Racing team versus Lance is Mercedes team, which I don't know the name of currently. Oh, as Lance makes a mistake, Mark's going to come onto it, going to go on the outside. Oh, Lance has to let it out to the space. Is Mark going to go on the outside, round the outside? Mark goes, can't get the position currently since Lance defends, but Mark is still there. Mark is still there. Mark is still there on the inside. GT is into the pits after a quick stop he's had to make. We'll go back on board with Mark and Lance. Mark is on the inside. Lance has to know he's there. Mark shows him the door, and Mark takes the position ahead of Lance. Chris Ryan now peels into the pits as well. Lance comes out. What about Wesley? Wesley is currently in 3rd place right now. GT is in 4th with 8.2 second gap from Wesley, and Chris is also pitted with hardly any fuel left, and probably will go for the fastest lap.
Gap between Jack and Jeremy, less than 5 seconds now.
Sondre just gets out of the way for Jack, as he will actually have to get out of the way soon for Jeremy.
So having an overview of the race, have at least the front of the pack reshuffled to the positions they're going to be in to the end?
No, the top 2 haven't, but 3rd and 4th and 5th have, I believe. Lance has lost a lot of positions in 7th, Mark since 6th, and Sondre was actually 5th, I believe he started.
Sondre is about to be lapped by Jeremy.
Yep. Jeremy Sondre gets out of his way. This is it now though, the battle for the lead. 7 laps remaining. The gap currently 4.8 seconds.
I'm just looking between Jack and Jeremy's times. Jack was quick about 2/10 last lap.
As Wesley pits, Wesley actually peels into pits for some reason.
Yes.
As this is going to have another battle for 3rd place. Wesley is overfueled a tiny bit, so GT has got less fuel. This will be the battle for P3.
Off track.
Lance is off and lost more time now to Mark.
It's 4.7 between Jeremy and Jack.
I believe Wesley was someone who we were considering partnering up as a team. Now it's head to head.
Wesley versus GT Baker. GTB is 8/10 currently. Chris Ryan is in 5th with over 20 seconds behind these two. The battle for the lead though is now starting to stabilise. Currently the gap now is 5 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like Jamie's doing one fast lap and Jack's doing one fast lap. So I think Jack's got it awkwardly.
Reminds me of the IRL F1 today where Jay was setting a fast lap one lap, then Matthew, then Jay, then Matthew.
And I got no penalties that race, which I'm very surprised about.
As Wesley is getting slowly caught. Currently the gap now is 1.8 seconds.
Kamikaze's just been off track again and got a penalty.
He's getting rid of that penalty now.
And I think Jack's made a little error, but Jack's only 4.5 seconds now.
Yeah, you are right there. The gap was 5 seconds a minute ago. Is Jack bottling under the pressure?
Is there such thing as the fastest lap point as well? Or?
No, I don't believe there is in GT.
So, ladies and gentlemen who are spectating, who do we have for driver of the day? Any votes?
Sondre just gone off the front.
I believe the driver of the day, in my opinion, today has got to go to Jack Mir. It has to go to him. He is currently in the lead. He's been in the lead most of the race after he passed GT. What do you think, Lewis? Do you agree with my prediction, or?
I have no idea about anyone's pace in this game, but
He had a solid
probably,
second sector.
Probably Jack as well.
There's a gap for third place is now grown for GT for Wesley. Now it's 3.3 seconds.
GT with a little bit of slide in.
Oh, Jack's on the grass again. Jack is struggling. His teammate is dead ahead of him, not?
You think Jack's just having trouble warming up his tyres?
No, I think his fuel maybe actually ruining him. I don't know. 5 laps remaining, but it could be tyre wear issues. Yeah. As Lance pits. Jeremy now in second. Currently, the gap's still 5.1. Still not quite close enough.
I feel like that could be a penalty for Jack. It looks like he cut a corner quite massive, but it looks like he's got away with it.
Gap's closed a bit now, 4.995, as Jeremy now started to pick up the pace again.
It was 4.5, but Jack's just pushed a bit harder again.
It's Jack's time to shine right now. He is absolutely flying. 4.8 seconds, the gap is going now. Jack's struggling. Is Jack saving fuel? Jeremy is still catching very slow, but then he loses a bit of time. Currently now 4.8 seconds.
I think Jack's got it. Yeah, I think Jack's got the win.
Is there any other battles on track currently? Nope, this is the closest battle for first place. So we'll go on board with Sondre.
He's been off the track again.
Yep, Sondre to give Wesley the position after he was lapped down. So we'll go back on board with Jack Mir, who's still in the lead, but the gap's gone down to 4.6 now.
Little tip for the cameras I've noticed: if you're following a little battle, you click on the car ahead and use the right analog stick, pulling it down, you get sort of an inverted chase cam of that car, showing the person chasing up behind them.
Yeah, it looks like Jeremy's starting to push a bit harder now. 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 currently the gap is. Oh, Jack's off!
Oh,
Jack is off! Jack has bowled it almost, and he saves it. This is going to make Jeremy smile. Now currently the gap is 2.5 seconds. 2 seconds now. Jack is bottling under the pressure.
But Jeremy needs to keep his composure. Doesn't want to get too excited.
1.3 seconds, where Jeremy thought he was out of winning this race, and now is back in the hunt.
Is out of fuel in 8th position, or has just given way to blue flags for me.
Yeah, Sondre has still got a half a tank. I think he just let you back through. As we go back on board with the battle for the lead, currently the gap is now 1.3 seconds. Oh, actually, no, now 1.2. Jack, again, is struggling on those super soft tyres. This BMW is showing that the Mercedes tyre wear is terrible right now.
Oh yeah, look at Jack, he's just struggling too much.
This is going to be very crucial.
Almost.
Will this, on the last lap, will Jack go off track and Jeremy just takes the lead? Wait and see. We will stay on board with Jack Mir now because this is the close battle. We have almost under a second. I think slipstream when it's real, I believe it's 1.5 seconds of slipstream right now. So Jeremy should be in the slipstream. Is Jack going to make another mistake? No, he doesn't. Jack stays on track this time.
All Jeremy's got to do is stay in that slipstream each lap, and he'll be closing up a tenth every lap, or half a tenth.
We're on lap 29 out of 30.
Oh, I think Jeremy's made a mistake. Yes, he has.
Oh no, the pressure's getting now to the champion, to the defending champion. Jeremy now 1.3 seconds.
Get to roll onto the grass, but just sent him wide.
Didn't really lose that much time though. Only lost a few tenths, so you can get that back.
I think Jeremy's just pushing too hard.
He's trying to force Jack to make a mistake, but Jack is not having any of it right now.
If I was Jack, I would just not look at Jeremy and just continue his race. But Jeremy is getting close at almost less than a second now.
Jack is really struggling. Is Jack going to go off again into the marbles? Almost rides off the track again. Jack is really struggling, but this is it. This is the final lap of the Brands Hatch IRL Season 3 for the Group 3 series.
The back end, all over the place.
The Fly is absolutely flying right now. It is fly high time. He is all over the back of Jack. Currently now the gap is 1 second. Oh no,
Jeremy's found it wide.
I think that is game over now for Jeremy to have any chances to get him on the final part of the track. But currently now the gap is at 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's it.
As Jack Mir has now stabilised the gap now to 1.5 seconds. Down 1.4. Jeremy's struggling a bit there. As we see, Mark Espy's was quite close to be lapped, but this is Jack Mir's day. It looks like he's coming around the final corner to win the first round of the GT3 season. Jack Mir wins to take the lead in the championship over Jeremy Pope. Jeremy takes second place. Looks like Wesley will take third, commanding lead over 13.4 seconds remaining. Well done there to Jack, well done there to Fly. Showed a very intense battle near the end. Both cracking under pressure but keeping it on the track. It's currently now Wesley is approaching the final corner in the Porsche to take P3 for his team, for his car, and get some very decent points. GT is in P4 coming around the final corner. And the number 86 car, Team Belarus, takes P4 in Brands Hatch. Chris Ryan in 5th in the British and the American rooftop. Mercedes number 46 is coming around the last few corners with Mark Espy right on his tail. What about Sondre Sorhaug? Oh, Sondre is off into the barrier And the time has run out for everybody. So there we have it. IRL GR3 Season 3 Round 1. Jack Mir wins the first round of the GT3 season. Congratulations to Jack in first, congratulations to Jeremy Pope in second, and congratulations for Wesley in third. As we got a bit of inside information from Bottlehaug as he bottled today. He said he hates this track. I don't think you hate it, mate. I think it's just a bottle from you. And Mark has said he got murdered in turn 1. Yeah, we did see that. I think there was a bit of a mistake there, and something happened with that. But any instance, just report them to the admins, and we'll get this sorted out. Well then.
And if you'd like to save the replay, then anyone who's watching, it will be shared. If you've got Gran Turismo, you'll be able to find it on there. It'll be IRL GR3 Race 1.
As I will share that now. As well done for everybody for participating today in round 1 and the guys who made it. Unfortunately, for Lee Kelly who had to leave the session. But Lewis, do you still think Jack Mir deserves drive of the day?
He did almost crack under pressure, but yeah, I think he still deserves it.
Well then, this has been IRL International Racing League doing comms for Group 3 Season 3 Round 1 at Brands Hatch. Join us for tomorrow for the F2 and F3 to kick off at Round 2 Austria at 4:30 UK time. And then join us again next week for IRL F1 at Mexico Round 3 at 6 o'clock UK time. And join us again for that half an hour after that for IRL GR3 Season 3 Round 2 at the next track. Goodbye for now.
Sondre bottle.